The topic of sales tax has gone mainstream America with the potential passage of the Marketplace Fairness Act. You might have heard this referred to as the Internet Sales Tax or the Amazon tax. The Marketplace Fairness Act worked its way through the federal legislature and was passed by the Senate in 2013, but it has stalled in the House. And while it did pass the Senate, and we have a little bit of a stall, surely this is going to become law, right? Or is it? What is the Marketplace Fairness Act? Marketplace Fairness Act, in its currently written form, requires internet retailers that have revenues of over $1 million to begin collecting and remitting sales tax on sales into any state. And that's a significant departure from the current laws. Current laws require sellers only to collect and remit sales tax in states where they have nexus or physical presence. The Marketplace Fairness Act requires you to collect it from anywhere, and that can be fairly cumbersome for clients. Keep in mind that the current laws already require purchasers to remit use tax on sales of property from out of state, but many people don't do that. There are, of course, perceived pros and cons to the MFA. On the positive side, companies that have large bricks and mortar establishments and small mom and pop companies that maybe only have one location on Main Street America are very much in favor of the Marketplace Fairness Act. They think it levels the playing field because they feel that they're being undercut by folks that are able to sell over the internet and not have to collect the sales tax. So they feel like those transactions are sales tax free. Again, the reminder that people that purchase goods from out of state already should be assessing the use tax, but in reality, many of them aren't. Many people don't even know about the use tax, so those taxes are uncollected by the states, and there's a big deficit on the collection side. But on the con side are companies that perhaps are a little bit bigger than the mom and pop, and they're internet retailers selling across state lines. $1 million of gross revenues online is not that big a number. And once you get to that million, now you've got to be collecting and remitting in many different states. And that can be onerous. There are a lot of intricacies in actually collecting and remitting. And you can get stuck if you don't know exact taxability of your product in a state. And what happens under an audit? So there's a lot of questions that are still unanswered with respect to the law as it's written now. So, what do I think is going to happen? I think that at some point the federal government will pass some kind of a law, like the Marketplace Fairness Act. I'm not sure if this one's going to pass in its current form. I'd certainly be in favor of raising that $1 million threshold to at least $10 million and being a little bit more upfront about what the rules are going to be, how audits are going to work, and what the taxability of products is going to look like across state lines, because I think there's still a lot of unanswered questions there. If you are an internet retailer making sales across the United States, you need to keep an eye on this potential legislation because it could impact you dramatically. If you are already in a situation where you're selling in multiple locations, give us a call. Let us take a look at your current situation to see if you've got it all under control now and if you would be under control under the passage of an act like this, whether the number is $1 million or $10 million, because you want to be prepared. Again, in multi-state tax, you don't want to be surprised.